Let's start talking about canvases. Before I talk about canvases, let's go to Divi's website, Elegant Themes. I want to show you something. And that is elegantthemes.com. Follow the link in the description. The latest blog, and this blog came out just yesterday. I had already figured this out, but I want to just point you, go away, to recent posts. And then they've got a really nice little course that they have. It's unfortunately only in the blog section, how to work with Divi. It's really helpful. And I recommend you go, another pop-up Divi, for crying out loud. And Divi makes a lot of effort in bringing good blog posts to you. My criticism is that Divi doesn't actually have a good database for documentation. That's an interesting one where you can just go and search based on that. But their blogs try to cover all of this. And part 13 is what we're going to talking about now. It talks about creating interactive off-canvas elements. And I would say, go have a read, but I'm going to show you because even this here will give you the solution step by step on how you create it, but it doesn't answer some very important questions. I had a fight with the Divi VIP support AI who kept giving me the same answer. And all I wanted to know was why. I want to know why it is like this. But nevertheless, enough of that. Go and check it out. I think it's a very good blog and Divi does make a lot of effort. And I see I removed some spacing here at the top. Let's just add it back to 100. And it's because it was linked. And will it now also here, same. Let me just quickly fix that. There. Okay. Now that we are here, what I want to do is I want to add a little notice here in the bottom left corner of my screen, just a little block that says we will be closed for the holidays so that people know on this and this date, well, let's say July 4th, it's coming up for the Americans. There's no big holidays in South Africa. The only holidays is Christmas and New Year and Easter. Those are the 3 times that we are closed. But if you have that, you want to sometimes have this little note. It's not a pop-up, it's a note. Yeah, it is a pop-up, but it's a note, a module that we want to add here and show people. And this is where the canvas comes in. The canvas is for all of those designs that you are making that you don't want to display on page immediately. And the second thing is they are mostly an overlay. Right. Mostly, I will say an overlay, like a pop-up. They are not in your page. They're not in between other stuff. They will be overlay. And that is where the canvas comes in. Go to the top left corner and access the canvas from here. The drop-down will tell you main canvas and add canvas. Go for this one first and click on grid view and it shows you the canvas. This is your main canvas. You can think of it as a scratch pad of ideas or an area that you can work with and come up with new concepts. And here, if you've never worked with the canvas, I recommend you follow step by step. Just do it and begin to understand how this feature within Divi works. We are going to create that little section here in the bottom left corner. We select Add Canvas and we'll call it Notice. And Team Building. We are going to close our shop or our business for 2 days. We're going to go on a workshop, team building exercise somewhere there on a game reserve. You have all of these options. And for now, all I'm going to tell you is leave them so we can come back to them later and then you will understand their purpose. What happens with a lot of the tutorials, it will explain you what to do here. And then when it gets to the front end, you don't really know how the canvas works. And that's why I'm going to tell you, we just create the canvas, leave these settings and select Add Canvas. Oh, so we are back in the builder? Correct, we are back in the builder and all we need is one column. Start with a heading, not even a heading. You can just use a text element. Let's start with a text element and we call this Office Closed on May 28th. And we put it in bold. This is text. Put it on bold and change the color here. And then below that, add another one. we add text. Our offices will be closed on the 28th of May, 2026 for a workshop. That's it. Now what I will do is I will style it out. The first thing that I'm going to do is grab the section. Let's go to the section, advanced, and position. I want it here in the bottom left corner, and I want it to remain there on the screen. When we talk about the entire screen, the monitor for your computer, and you want to keep it in a specific spot on the monitor as your user is visiting your site, we select under position fixed. Currently, nothing happens because it is still fixed to that position. What I will do now is click here on this little triangle here in the bottom left corner, and now it is fixed here. Next, I want my content to be on the left, and how I achieve that, select the row. Let's go to content first and change the background, and I will give it a darker background so we can see it better, but just for now. Let's change it. Well, let's see the other one. Or shall we look at our secondary color? No, we can't see it. So let's go and give it that darker color so we just know what it is. Then we also add padding, spacing. Padding, I'll just add 15 top and bottom and 15 left and right. Go to our text. I'm going to change the color so I can see what's going on here, and I'll put it on. There we go. Let's change this one as well. We go for a light on a dark. Select the row again, and I will go to sizing. And for the width, I'm going to put in pixels. So 350 pixels. Now, go to our section, like so. Layout, and I'll put it on the left. You see where we're going with this, right? To add a little space here on the left, we go to our section, spacing, and padding on the left, and I'll add 55. Now you see what we've done. And select Save. And this is what we are creating at this point. We'll get soon to how we can close it out. Let's go and view it on the front end. We want to bring this canvas, so we click here on the grid view, and we want to add it to the main canvas. Select the main canvas. And how do I get that to appear here? We go back, click on the grid view, and select our Notice Team Building. We have to make changes now to the settings. So select Notice Team Building, hover over that. Don't just select this canvas setting here because that's main canvas. Hover over the Notice Team Building and click on the settings. And now we go to append to main canvas and we tell it to append below. This, in a way, is irrelevant. Why is it irrelevant? Because I have made this section fixed, which means it's always going to be in the bottom left of the screen. Doesn't matter where the user is scrolling on the site, it's always going to be bottom left. So I can also say append above, but because it's like at the bottom of the page, let's go ahead and say append below and click on Save. I will go to the front. We were here, deactivate Pixify, reload the page, and let's see if it's there. I still don't see it. And therefore we go back, make sure that you go to the settings of Notice Team Building, click on the settings, and here we have to give it our Z index to tell it you have to be on top of everything on the page. And what Divi recommends is you go for a crazy number like 999. And if you have a very big website or web page, you even go 9,999. Click on Save. Did I save it? Maybe I didn't save it. And refresh the page. And there it is. And now, as I'm scrolling, but we see that it's cutting off all of this. And the reason is this is my section, and the section has a white background. So we have to remove that background. Go back into Divi, select the section, content, background. we add a color, and then we reduce the opacity to 0. Save, refresh, and there it works. That's how you have to do that when you work with a section. It looks like there's nothing there, but for Divi, when there is nothing in the section, by default, it's a white background. So you need to give it a color, reduce the opacity to 0, and then you get this. Now that we've done this, we don't want this to appear all the time, right? We want people to be able to close this in case it's annoying or in those events that it can actually overlap other parts of our pages. And we do that by going into this canvas, which we currently are, and we add a close button. And what I'll do is I'll select here or over here, plus, and I'll look for an icon and look for close here on the side, close, which is an X like so. And then we change the color, design, icon, color. We put it on our dark color. And then the size, I will take it down to 48. I'll still make it big. And then under advanced, we go to position. And in this case, we are going to put it on absolute. We put it in the top right like so. And now I can play around with the offset to take it to exactly where I want it to be. Right. Good. And I can dial it in. Save. Go to the front. Refresh. Let's see if the design is right. But of course, it's not a button yet. And what we do now, we go to the canvas. Make sure you select the icon. Under advanced, interactions. What we are doing now is we're going to give an instruction to this icon. And that is an interaction. Click on Add Interactions, and the instruction we want to give this icon is that when somebody clicks on you, you have to close this canvas. We click on this one, click. We can give it a label. We can just say Close Button. And what do we want? Yes, we want people to click, and when they do that, they are going to hide the element. And then which element? That is the target module. Select. Okay. And then here you see my canvas is actually here and everything under it. And I want to hide the entire section. Good. Let's see if it works. Select Save. Go to the front end. Refresh. Hover and you see it. My cursor turns into select and click on it and it's gone. It's a massive process, right? But there is a level of satisfaction. I just refreshed the page. There's a level of satisfaction that you created it. And if this was overwhelming to you, I really tell you, watch this video again and again, and then go to the next video where I'm going to show you how to create an on-click pop-up. Because if this one is going to blow your mind, the next one is going to shatter it into 1,000 pieces. But this is really awesome. You can add this little notice here. We used absolute positioning within the canvas. We put a close button here. We gave it an interaction to trigger on a click and then to hide the entire section. It does take a lot of time for how this works to sink in. If you've worked with these interactions in other builders, it's going to feel right at home. If you're coming from Divi 4, you will take some time with this. But I guarantee you, once you begin to understand what this does, follow the steps, you will get better at this in no time. I don't like that close button. I'll click on it again. Let's see if we can change out the icon. Design icon. Now that's under content icon. Say close. I look for some. Yeah, this one is better. Yeah, like that one much better. Save. Just have to go check. Good. And close it out. Oh, before I go, Janice just reminded me that we have to check for tablet and mobile. Oh, how bad of me. I'm just going to refresh this page and I'll guarantee it's going to look good on the other devices. No, it doesn't. Not on the 360 because of that padding. So what we have to do is remove the padding here, I would say. Let's go back and we go to our phone, select our section, design, spacing, and remove the padding. We put it on 0. Yes, it's flushed hard to the left, but that is perfect for a mobile device. Refresh. And it looks okay. Again, here, you see we may have to make adjustments here. It was at 350 pixels. We may have to reduce it, but look at that. Pretty impressive. Let's close it. It works perfectly. And that's how you add an off-canvas info section to your page, add a close button with an interaction, and it works perfectly on the front end. Next, we're going to do that on-click pop-up.